Hi everyone, my name is Greg and this is my TV show idea. I just thought I would make a video rather than write it up because I have to admit I don't really know the official way of doing this, but I believe I have a good idea and I think it could work. The idea is like a tabloid TV talk show it could be about an hour long. I don't really know how we would structure it, but this is how I visualize it. Be an hour long, and the whole point of what this show is it just tells the stories of really gritty crimes and accidents that have happened to like innocent people in just around the country. Like when I say gritty, I'm talking like the worst. I'm talking like the worst of the worst, like acid attacks and all this lot. Like I know it sounds gruesome, but that gruesomeness would be the thing that kept an audience, like it would keep the audience retention. And so I was visualizing it like an hour long show. There's a charismatic, extravagant presenter, but I want it to be, if you formatted it a bit newsy, like it kind of like a bit of a news program, the audience would feel less guilty than watching it. So how it would be like an hour long show, and there could be like 4 different stories throughout this hour long show, or a 45-minute show, whatever you want. And it would be we would have like interviews with the families and the victims of like these really heinous crimes, and it would interview them. We would like make a reconstruction. Imagine on Crime Watch where it says reconstruction, it shows like some really bad crime that's happening. It's just a show of them, but like stuff that's happened to like innocent people. It's like Sharon was just walking home one time. Little did she know her ex-boyfriend that her ex-boyfriend, angered in his rage, had a bottle of hydrochloric acid ready waiting for her, and then like it would reconstruct it. We could show like gritty images, like really raw images of like just as she came in, like this is what she looked like. It would be not too gruesome, like nothing too gross, but like you want that grittiness and you just want it to be raw because people would be captivated by that. They would love that. People like watching freaky shit, so I think it would work. My project title for it is just called The People's News at the moment, even though it wouldn't be an official news story. It wouldn't be a news show, It wouldn't be like a guy sat behind a desk. It would just be like a presenter being like, oh, next article or issue takes us to the north of Didsbury, where Sharon was just innocently walking home, and and then we recreate it, we interview it, but it's like really gritty and raw. Like the stories that you get on the front of these, where it's like, like Take a Break magazine or a Chat magazine and things like that, the stories you get on front of these, where it's like, my wife, it's like my husband robbed me kids, then acid attacked me son, or some shit like that. We just take them stories and then just reconstruct them, edit the show really well so it's really cut together, where like kind of like hard cuts, fast cuts, got like a good voiceover. It would be perfect for TV in like an internet age, because you could cut up the show and upload the segments onto YouTube, onto like kind of what Jeremy Kyle does now. Like you could easily do that, and it would be great because people would like share what they think is captivating. And you want it to be gritty, like you want it to be really gritty. You want it to be borderline unethical. We could have one-to-one interviews with like acid attack victims, and that's like in the news a lot at the moment. That's like a constant fear for like big like women in cities like London and Birmingham, I think, and places like that. So you can really kind of play on that, even though it sounds a bit sadistic, but like it would be very captivating because people like watching weird stuff on TV. So it's literally just taking kind of like what you see on the articles of these type of crappy mags. You just take the really dark stories, interview them, do a reconstruction, and then just explain the stories and really sell the emotion, like what this person is going through. Like, so what's life like for your Sandra just walking up and down the street now that she's all like wrapped in bandages or some shit, She'd probably be like, oh, I get looked at everywhere and all this sort, and you really want to play out that emotion. I don't think there's many shows. I don't think there's any shows on UK TV that are like this now. So I think it would definitely work. And I picture our audience. You are just a lower working class guy or a lower working class girl working in like a factory in Leeds, you live in like a really shitty terraced house in a really bad area. If you come home from like 11-hour shift working in a factory, the one thing you want to watch on TV is people having a worse time than you. That is what people want. People want to see that grittiness. That's why we're attracted to things like Jeremy Kyle, because we just like, I mean, Jeremy Kyle, you like watching these kind of scrawty people just go at each other, aren't you? That's why people want that. It's a bit like that, but it's a bit more gritty and raw. We're not like taking the mick out of these people. We're definitely not glorifying any of the crimes. 100% not, but people like, it's morbid curiosity. People like seeing that darkness in the world, and this just it just shows them that darkness. I hope that made sense. So it's just like an hour show, probably about 4 or 5 stories in this show of like really dark stuff. It could be shown on daytime TV, I think, possibly evening, but I would want it, like, the show would be sold on its rawness, on its grittiness, on like the, not horrific, but the tales that it tells and the way it tells it will be really like impactful. I think that's everything. I'm Greg Foster. Hope you like my idea. Thanks.